Hi everyone, welcome to this video. In this video, I will tell you about OBS and the resource in a project. We can create the resource first and then create the project afterwards, or we can create the project and then create the resource and match them together. It's up to you. But usually, if you have a global resource, you can create the resource, global resource first, and then you assign the resource to the project. So let's get started into it. Let's talk first about the OBS or organizational breakdown structure. Choose enterprise, OBS, and here you can see this is the OBS that we are using in this current project. So usually we will create the OBS for our company itself. You can see it here in the filter by use all the OBS element. So this is the OBS that I created, mirroring the previous company that I work with. So in here, we are more on the project functional relationship. So we have like the project management head, where there are two project manager, and we have the chief engineering, and all this head, and all this belongs to the director of engineering. So the function of the OBS itself is to assign who is the one responsible for the project. So in here, we already assigned that the one that's responsible will be the PM1, I guess. Yes, PM1. So that's how you create the OBS. So for the creating the OBS, you can filter the OBS element, and then you can just add. For example, I can add the third project manager, for example, by M3. And put it inside. So we have 3 project manager, and also maybe can create the workshop head, and then we have the supervisor, for example, or workshop supervisor 1. One thing that is most important to mention in the OBS is just write the person that might be responsible for a project in the OBS. You don't need to write a lot of your resource in the OBS. Only the one that might be responsible for a project in your company. So that's why I only stop at the engineering head, because they are usually the ones that will be held responsible for the project in the company. So after that, you can assign the OBS into a project. For example, when we get a new project, you can go back to the project tab and then get a new project here. After you select the enterprise or the EPS that you have, and then another project, and then the finish it. Now you can choose your responsible manager here. So with the responsible manager, project manager 3, and then that's all. So it's only for that, right? So let's go back. Afterwards, you can get the resource for your project or for the global, for all the resource, for all the one that you have. So choose enterprise and choose the resource. This is a little bit of an example of the resource that you can create. So if you want to create a resource, you can just, this is, first thing first, you need to display all the resource, because it will be very beneficial for you. Afterwards, after you display the resource, you can assign the resource, and then you can display the current resource that needed in the project. So this is I think that's the best way for you to create the resources. So if you want to create the resources, you can just click add, and there will be a resource ID and everything. So for example, for the resource ID, if you want to create, for example, one more project manager underscore 1, and then, or for the resource ID, we usually use the title of the position, and a little bit of the name of the person itself. For example, maybe if you want John, then you can PM as well, Joe. Yeah, just 3 words, JHN, and the name is John, for example. Then just put like a John. Yeah, just for fun. And then next, and you can choose what kind of the resource type, whether it's the people or it's the machine, or it's the material. If the material, you can even create the unit that you wanted here. We'll come back to this later. For example, we just use people. Then we can write the price, not the price, but the hourly rate. Maybe it's much more normal word to say. So we can write, for example, hourly rate is 272 NOK, and then how many hours he usually work a day, and how many maximum hours. So some units you can have like the default is only 5 hours, but he can have a maximum 10 hour, 8 hours a day, something like that. And then you can write the optional email address, but it's not really mandatory, and sometimes you don't really put it because of the privacy. And then you can assign what are the roles that this person will be, or the position. In here I have like the summon position, for example, the mechanical engineering, fabricator, painter, PC engineer. So these are the roles. And you can also edit it later. So the roles, and then you can also create a calendar for this resource, whether it's like the personal for itself for this person, because some people has their own off days on everything, but some people just follow the existing calendar. It's up to you how deep you want to go in here. So this is how you want to create it based on the, if you want to use based on the wizard, but I usually doesn't really want to use wizard. It's easier to use insert in here. So whenever there's insert, press insert, and then you have the resource. Of course, you can put the resource inside the resource, but sometimes it's not really necessary. But people usually use the theme. For example, if you have like a fabrication theme, or you have a civil material theme, or you have a mechanical engineering team, maybe it's much more easier rather than go into that. It's so depth into the who is all the mechanical engineer that you use and everything. It sometimes much more easier just put it on a team, but it's up to how detailed your project will be. So this, and we can go, because you can see it here, it belongs to the inside operator, so you can just move that, so it's outside. And we can write, for example, this one is QC engineer underscore maybe Sharon, SHR, and then we can write the name Sharon. You put labor, and you can put rows labor. Just do like this. And we can put the price maybe 300-ish. So, can write this here, 300. Yes, you can write this, or as I do it previously, you can write everything in this detail. Write the name, the channel, and how is he selective. And you can get your resource code, and you can write the labor, the measure, and then the calendar here, the unit price, the role, and the notes for that, and everything. You can put this here. So let's get back into the codes and then the rows. I think we can choose this admin categories. Yep. For the measurement, you can put this here. For example, you can put your version maybe for every meter square. Meter square. Then for the resource codes, you can press here, and you can add the resource code. You can put for the resource code, sometimes you can put location, or you can put geographical location of the workshop, or you can put the location of the office, or you can put the team or which department that they belong to, or even you can put maybe like the schedule. For example, I mean, if he is someone that works 5 days a week or 7 a week, or maybe he's someone that only works for the summer only, or he's the full time, you can put this here. So this is up to you, the resource code. For now, in the simple project, I put the resource codes based on the workshop or based on the office location where they are in. So we have the main project, workshop 1, 2, and then the external. And you can add, for example, if you have another place, another team, yeah, this is the team or the place that we have. So for example, we have the second team, which are maybe third workshop, so workshop 3, you can here, workshop 3, workshop 3, yes, something like this. Then you can actually add or modify the resource code itself. I mean, you can modify the categories on the resource code. This is on theme or the location that you work, but you can, for example, modify to the geographical location if you are a multinational company or international company, like geographic. Okay, so you can close here and then graphic, and then you can add, for example, Asia. Just put for example Europe, EU, Europe, and again Southeast Asia, for example, resource code saya. So this is the example, and you can assign this resource in the, I can assign this resource code in the resource itself. So here you can just assign. You can, this is also my bad, codes assign. Now you have two resource code, whether it's the geographic or it's the theme or the location. And now you can assign saya and then main project. So this person work in the main project office, and it's working on the Southeast Asia. And after that, if it goes, we already touched upon the resource codes, and then we can touch on the roles, I think. And for the roles, it's belong to here. Roles. Here you can add roles that you wanted. For example, we have project engineer. We can create a process engineer, for example. Just write yes. Process engineer, PSA. Because sometimes PS is pretty so faster or something like that. Process engineer. Here, you can already add the process engineer, and then you can add the resource here if you don't want to add it here. If you don't want to add the rows into the resource, you can do vice versa. You add the resource into the rows. For example, you can assign it here. Then have the resource you want here, and then you can change the proficiency. It's up to you whether you want to use the proficiency. It's just for the sake of checking. If you want to check how good is it, and it will lead into if you want to put the rates on this person. For example, if it's a master, you can put more rates for this person. If it's like only in experience, then you can put lower rate for this person. And you can put the unit price. For example, if you want to standardize these roles. And then lastly, you can add role code if you want. But we need to add the role code first. But it's quite the same as the resource code. So it's up to you whether you want to put it. It's up to you how you define or how you sort your project. So this is how you create the resource in the project. Remember, the project has 3 types of resource: the labor, the non-labor, and then there is what's the other one? The material. So those are the resource. We already talked about the labor. Now for the non-labor, it's very easy. And for example, nah, we don't need this anymore. We can just press insert, and then we can write this as the, for example, for the non-labor, just write the machinery. For example, the piling truck. Sorry, this is okay. Try resource underscore piling truck, and then I don't know. You can do it later. Piling truck. Then you can change it to non-labor, and we can put, and then maybe for the piling truck, maybe we can put the price 200 per hour, so it doesn't really matter anyway. I mean, we can just put it here, 200, and default user time at 8 hours per day. So this is the non-labor such as machinery. And for the material, like this, people usually add like unit of measure, for example, meter square. And then for the price, you use the price for the how many meter squares that will be priced for this resource. For example, maybe for the steel, you can price it 100. No, 100 is too much. Yeah, try 60. 60 maybe. I think 60. Remember, this is Indonesian price, I think, because I'm using, I am much more familiar with Indonesian price. Just write 60. So here you have two effective dates. Usually, I don't really recommend you have two effective dates. But you can put two if you know that there will be like a changes in prices in the future. Maybe, for example, you have a resource or a person that are still on the probation, and you will invest the payment in the next 3 months. So you can put two effective dates. So the first one is from the first he's coming to the third after 3 months, and then the second one after 3 months into all the hours that he will working in the project. So this one, maybe I will just delete this one. Oop. Yes, and then we don't need to put anything. Maybe we can put notes. Maybe you can write. Actually, you can write whatever, but for this steel, maybe we can write the size if you really want to. The size is 1 meter square times 4 millimeter thickness. This is one of the example. So you go right here, and that's all. So these are the resources that we already write, and then we can use it later on in the project, or we can. I think we will use it for the project later on. Yeah. So thank you so much for listening. Bye bye.